Greetings, beautiful people. I am originally known as Pauline Catlin, the original Brown Sugar, yes, the original, now known to you as Shezzie, singer, songwriter, and poetess.
My name's Kai Brown, and it's a real pleasure to be here. I'm a guitarist, musical director, producer, vocalist, etc. And it's just wonderful to be here. So, do you want to talk about how we first met?
If you can remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall. It was some years ago. We've known each other for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was somewhere in South London.
That's right.
In Lewisham?
That's right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
At the legendary Fish, Noel Salmon.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's where we first met.
Yeah.
I think you remember more of it than me. We had a chat about it the other day, and I thought, my gosh, oh yes. The memories began to come back. And I always remember you being quiet. You're a quiet person, yeah.
I still am.
Yeah, understated, but powerful.
Yeah, I mean, my first memory of meeting you, Kai, was, I think it was with Karen Wheeler and Fish.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And I know she had a little thing for you, so, you know, back then, because Ciyo was like the UK's George Benson.
I wish.
And yeah, he used to cut his little stash like George Benson. And I was quiet, I was shy, I was always sort of like the behind the scenes one of the three, so to speak. That's when we first met, but we're talking about over 40 years, maybe 35 years ago.
Yeah,
35 years or more, 40 years.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because that was 82.
Yeah. 82?
Yes, it was.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then I think we lost touch for a good 20 odd years.
Wow.
Or more. And
yeah.
we met up professionally, and we just kind of met the odd every other 5 to 10 years or something like that.
It's really interesting because sometimes you meet someone and then there's like a kindred spirit, and then sometimes it's not until years later that you then connect with that person. And that's what happened with us.
Yeah.
We connected musically years later.
Definitely. And as I said, everything is always at the right time. And
didn't you come to one of my shows at the Hyde?
Yes, I did. That was, I can't remember, that would have been mid-90s or late 90s. I bought one of your albums.
Right, it was the Put a Little Jazz in Their Lives album, I think. It was the Jazz Reggae album.
Yeah, that's right.
And that was probably about 2014. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's when that album came out. But we met up before that point, just on various occasions. But
I've got a picture of that memory.
Right, okay. Well, they're lovely memories, Shezzie.
Good memories.
Yeah.
Oh, when it comes to Ciyo, wow, his musical history and engagement in just pioneering a lot of the music that we know in the reggae and jazz community from, the early 80s, I would say, is phenomenal. He's worked with so many artists, renowned artists. If I could roll them all off of my tongue right now, I would. But, his work is phenomenal. His musicianship is absolutely amazing. He's worked with a lot of singers that I know, and he's always the go-to. He's a wonderful MD, and, if you are planning anything, Kai has to be a part of it musically.
I really appreciate that, and in fact, just listening to you speak, it's making me roll the years back to that time that we met, because I remember at that time meeting Kenrick Rowe, phenomenal drummer who's on your
Great
recordings.
Drummer,
I remember meeting Alan Weeks. He's another big name on the reggae and jazz circuit, and there was a really good company of people. There's Winston Blissett, the bass player as well, who's a phenomenal bass player. And I think when you actually mix with a number of musicians from different genres, it should actually help you to grow. So you come with your thing and then you start to expand. But your musical history is amazing too. It's amazing. And interestingly, it was only after we started your new EP and having the discussions with you that I realised the songs that you did from Brown Sugar, and also the ones that you sung and you arranged as well. I mean, just remind me some of the big songs that you had. Hello Stranger?
Hello Stranger.
That was a massive tune.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise until you told me that you sang that tune.
Yeah.
I mean, just phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm in Love with the Dreadlocks was the very first song I sang.
Yes, I'm in Love with the Dreadlocks, yes.
But I was a mere 14 years of age. Hello Stranger, I was 15 when I sang that. Confessions Hurt, I'm So Proud, Black Pride. There are all those songs that
that tune every time,
which is the iconic one.
Yes, I get goosebumps every time I play that tune.
Yeah. So I'm back, peeps.
Absolutely.
Wow, you know, I had these songs in my mind that I've wanted to do. The first song, Can't Help Loving That Man, is a Ella Fitzgerald's classic. And it was the very first song I learned to sing at the age of 11 at school. And it was not the first song I learned to sing, but the first song I learned to sing from top to bottom, from start to finish. And I just loved it. And I think the style of the song influenced my singing style to this day. And I just thought, who am I going to get to do this particular track? And then there was another song, a root song from the Abyssinians that I learnt to harmonise to. Me and my sister and my brother would harmonise to this song. And again, this particular song on the EP set the precedence to schooling me in harmonies outside of the eye trees, I have to say. And then there's another track that was written by a really close friend of mine, John Lyndon Cummins. He's a great musician, pianist, and he had the beginnings of it, and we got together and we pulled together a song on the EP called Home, which was again produced by Kai, and just put or lifted to another level musically by Kai, having adopted and I suppose, you know, evolved the chords that Lyndon put together for this song. And it just organically kind of grew.
It was amazing. I mean, it's always really good when you listen to someone else's ideas or you read someone else's ideas, whatever that thing may be, because it tells you something about their personality, their DNA, their approach, etc. And there was some wonderful things going on in there. And so my job was to produce it, to rearrange it a bit, and actually then hone in on the chord structures and maybe make them more pronounced, etc. But it was already a great musical idea. So I guess I added my experience to it. Definitely. By organising it, then running it by you. I mean, we worked together so well collaboratively. You know, you don't always find that. You know, it's been completely glitch-free in terms of how we've come together, and it's about the work, etc. And I guess also when you're working on other people's ideas, you want to make sure that whatever you add to it enhances and then makes it feel even better for you. So the ideas were great, and then we have to mention Clifton Bigger Morrison.
Yeah, you know, I was just about to say, you know, because Lioness, which is the EP title, I wrote when I was about 20 or 21, around that, and it's gone through different cycles in terms of what it is now. And I took it to Bigger Clifton Morrison, good 10 years or more ago, and we had a skeleton of an idea, but that kind of dum 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 came from Clifton. Yeah, a kind of a ska. Kind of vibe that he had.
Absolutely.
And it was just wonderful. You know, like I said, the whole process has been magical to be able to kind of bring back this work and complete it.
It definitely has, and kudos to them, because my role was to actually produce it, and the raw material was just so good, and I think we actually retained the vibe and more of the original thing, and then we just organised it in a way that we felt, okay, I think that's good. And also, you remember, it took me a while with some of them to to actually shape them, because I spent a lot of time just listening to them, sometimes in the background when I was doing other things, you know, and that was really, really, really good. So I'm just happy that you're happy with it, and the writers, the original writers, are happy with the work that I've done, because I put my heart and soul into it. And but we worked, it was so organic, our working relationship.
It was beautiful, because, you know, you have a way with chords, Kai, you know, and I'm a BV specialist. I love backing vocals.
For real,
you know, and I love to do my own backing vocals, with the exception of LIONESS, where I have to big up Singer Mandy and Jade. They were amazing on that in terms of BVs. We worked together, the three of us. But, you know, when I have some good chords, it means I can hear, you know, how the BV should sound, and I really enjoyed putting together the backing vocals for all those tracks.
It was
vibing
great.
From those chords.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the thing is, once you've actually got the raw material and it's actually clear where it needs to go, the thing about chords, you know, chords harmony, you know, I hear a lot of the top extensions and the inner notes and the bass notes and stuff. So it was really about just moving a few things around in terms of the chord voicings, and that was really, I really enjoyed. I enjoy doing that kind of work anyway. You know what I mean?
A singer definitely needs that. A singer needs you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but that was good. And then the Sata Masagana. Ooh, what a trip that was.
Yeah, I mean, that is close to my heart. Ooh. Really close to my heart.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It's a great composition, isn't it?
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
Abyssinians. What a great.
Yep. I'm going to see them soon. Going to see them next week.
Yes, yeah.
Jazz
you might see me there as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Can't Help Loving That Man is a jazz standard. And I remember when you mentioned that you wanted to do it and why you wanted to do it, because it's a song that was the first complete song that you learned.
That's right.
Yeah. So I thought that was really interesting, and that having that information, actually it does affect or shape the way that you approach something. So I knew that it was close to your heart. Yeah. So I had to get this thing right. You know? Yeah. So then what I did was looked at the music, etc., from the Jazz Reel book, and then just started mapping out the chords, and then thinking about what sort of extensions I could put in. I've kept in some of the standard chords and in terms of the harmony, and then extended some. But the biggest challenge for me was to put it in to make sure that it sounded like jazz reggae. Now, when I say challenge, I mean I do this all the time, but I still always have a different approach. I don't rest on my laurels, you know what I mean? So I thought, right, how am I going to make this bounce, etc. And it took a while, and then what started to come to me was some ideas. You know, we retain ideas in our heads, in our minds, from lots of different information that we pick up over the years. So I took bits from jazz songs that I knew, reggae songs, of course, and there's a bass player called Fish Brown.
Yeah,
I love Fish Brown, and his style of playing influenced this. He's from Rough Cut, but he's done a lot of stuff. You know, I love the way he plays. That's why I'm mentioning his name. Really love the way he plays. And there's this thing with reggae, sort of playing. If you listen to how Family Man Barrett from the Wailers plays, he plays like his playing is like. It's late. He's got this late kind of reggae swing in it. So I wanted that thing in there. So we had that bum bum ba da da.
Definitely got that.
Ba da da da. Ba 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 ba. You know what I mean? So it's behind the beat kind of thing. And so Family Man, listening to Family Man, he definitely influenced me. Listening to his lines, those two people. And then it was a question of how can I get the rhythm to sit? Because it needed to rock. If you listen to tunes like Waiting in Vain, you know, the rock that it has on that, I wanted to make sure I captured something like that, you know what I mean? So the tempo, I thought very much about the tempo, the vibe, the feeling, all these different inflections with the chords and the overlays. So when I spoke to Ricardo Reed, the great Ricardo Reed, who did all the keyboards on it, it's just amazing.
Beautiful Ricardo, beautiful.
Yeah, amazing. And the thing about him, one of the many things I like about Ricardo's playing is that, you know, he's an R&B man, but he's a reggae man as well, and he plays both convincingly. So it doesn't sound like he's trying. And the organ shuffle on that, well, you tell me about the organ shuffle.
Oh man, it's a shuffle, it's a sweet shuffle. But I mean, you use some amazing musicians on this EP.
Yes, Derek Taylor played the bass on that. I actually wrote the bass line parts, I did the bass line parts, sent them to him.
And there are other musicians that played?
On the EP, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. We've got some great musicians. We've got Cyrus, Cyrus Richard on keyboards on some of the tracks as well. You know, so it's been a really good collaboration.
Excellent musicianship.
Absolutely.
All the way.
But that man, that one there, I spent the longest time. Well, maybe not as long as Home was a big one for me because there was so much going on, wasn't there? So I needed to separate out. But that man, I wanted to make sure that it actually rocked. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So, in fact,
I'm gonna have to sing now.
So that's
Fish got to swim and birds gotta fly. I'm gonna love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine. Tell me he's lazy, tell me he's slow, tell me I'm crazy, maybe I know. I just can't help loving that man of mine.
nice one, sister. So the things with the bass line, so that came to me, you know, and I was thinking of Family Man Barrett and Fish Brown, the way that they play,
beautiful.
and the melodic lines they come up with, and I thought that works. And then I actually put some other stuff to it, and I put it together, sent it to Derek Taylor to play, and what an amazing outcome. Now, I remember I used to, every time I actually put something together, like the early drafts, I remember feeling really excited and thinking, I hope Shezzie is excited as well.
Oh,
so I'd send you the stuff, and then you'd call me, and you'd be on the phone just speechless.
It was wonderful.
That was funny. I was thinking, well, let me see what her reaction is going to be, you know. And so that was really good. Actually hearing that reaction, because it actually told me that we're on the right path. And then you'd sometimes say, oh, can you check that section there because I may want more or less of it. And then we worked so beautifully together, you know what I'm saying? So
wonderful. And really just to kind of top that all off, you know, it was great to be able to vocal at that sound studio. And BBMC, big up BBMC, as an amazing vibe. James, who just mixed the track for us, you know. It was wonderful, just from start to finish, the whole process was just magical.
Yeah, it really was. But I think also it's a testimony to the importance of actually working together collaboratively and thinking about the product and not being too protective about what...
and you certainly were that, you know, because if I'm honest, I was worried about that aspect.
It's
really hard to work with producers and musicians who want to dominate what you do as a vocalist. But with Kai, none of that. It was perfect.
That was great. The other thing is I'd suggest ideas and you didn't get protective or dismissive.
And if I said I didn't want something,
that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's
yes, my brother.
That's how to do it. That was brilliant. Good. Yeah, fantastic. The
response to the first single release from the EP, Can't Help Loving That Man, has been absolutely phenomenal. Coming back out as a new artist, as Shezzie, you know, I've had over 20,000 views on YouTube. DJs have been rinsing it, and I'm so grateful for the DJs, because without them we wouldn't have a platform. And really just the whole creative process, because I'm a very visual person, my background is in the creative sector in the arts, and I always see what I want, you know, and to have a wonderful team put together such a wonderful visual representation of the song. I worked with Crescent Creative, Ben, check him out, Instagram. It's Ben Mahoney. I think I said that right, Ben. He's there. But anyway. And Sharan Das, who I've known forever. We used to work together many moons ago. She's a creative director. And to be able to just call on individuals to get themselves involved and achieve that vision was absolutely amazing. And thanks, Kai, because I know you were otherwise engaged in that particular video, but we got Pete, was it? Pete
yes,
on guitar,
yeah, Peter Lee,
but it's been brilliant.
Yeah.
It's been wonderful, Peter Lee.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've actually had a lot of, you know, I'm kind of thinking, oh, wow, a lot of really great comments about the guitar solo that I did in that track, because I really thought about that, and I wanted to make sure that it's what we did lent itself both to the jazz world and the reggae.
That was, to me, that's the sweetest part of the track.
Really, so honoured, you know what I mean?
But I also have to big up Angie Amra Anderson, who is my percussionist alongside Nicola Dancer for the video for Sata Massacre, which you'll see shortly. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she is. You can tell that you are influenced by lots of different styles, Shezzie. You can hear the soul, you can hear the R&B, you can hear the jazz, you can hear the blues,
gospel.
You know, you can hear the gospel, you can hear the pop in there as well.
Yeah.
And so I like that eclecticism. Yeah, I like that. So, and that's me too. You know. So in terms of the guitar, you know, there were influences like, you know, George Benson, Wes Montgomery, Ernest Ranglin, Earl Cheney Smith.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, all those guys, Larry Carlton, etc. So I fuse all those things in, and I remember thinking, right, what I want to do is to make sure, if I can just show you that, you know, that on the, so I laid the rhythm down. Right, so the chip, yeah, okay. And then I added the jazz comp. So I added those things on top of it, so you had that going. And then of course, you know, you've got the pick guitar, which is either known as pick guitar or second bass or flacker. You know, you got a so I added those inflections in there because that's what I've grown up listening to, you know what I'm saying? So I thought about all those different styles and made sure that I actually applied them so that you could hear the reggae and you could also hear the jazz.
Exactly.
So that's
exactly
that's
what I need as Shezzie. Jazz reggae is my tune. You know, I go which way the wind blows, I think, when it comes to things musically. I'm always trying something different. I'm very experimental, as Ciyo says. You know, I love my jazz, I love my roots reggae music. I'm influenced by many singers like Doris Day, I-Trees, Abyssinians, you know, Israel Vibration. So many brilliant singers, even pop singers. But what we did do was I came up with a concept called From Sugar to Shezzie, and the whole branding was done by a team member, Sharan Das, so thank you. And we sold out Pizza Express Holborn this year, March, is it March? March this year, and it was absolutely phenomenal to be able to take my audience down memory lane with those brown sugar songs, and they sang their hearts out, you know. And again, I was introducing the new material as Shezzie. But you know, it's wonderful, Kai, to be able to have this in hand. Yep, CD and USB format is available. This is the LIONESS EP, artwork by Sharan Das again. Kai,
wow.
We've done it.
What a blessing to actually see the final product after all that amazing hard work that we did. This is, what a blessing. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
I'm highly honoured.
And to the future, who knows?
Absolutely, absolutely. Onwards and upwards.